Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Discover Lands Unknown, the big FFG, Fantasy Flight Games gamble. They were going to bring out Keyforge, which would have unique cards all the time, and Discover Lands Unknown, which is going to give you a unique board game. Everybody who bought the game was going to have a unique game that only applied to their own game. Sort of. So in Keyforge, which I don't play and have not played and probably won't play, it seems to have worked. It seems to have a big fan base, and it seems to be something that people are into. This little card game, and everybody gets something a little bit different, and you have these packs, and I really don't know a whole lot about it, but I think it's been a success. With Discover Lands Unknown, which came out at about the same time, they were going to use the same concept, but in a board game format, and it bombed. This game is universally panned as not only being terrible, but as a complaint about, well, I didn't get everything, and people have bought different copies to get different terrain. So let's back up and talk about that for a second. Why does it work with card games and not board games? I feel like it doesn't work with board games because it's a different hobbyist. Card games, you get a little bit of cards. It was almost impossible to collect everything. Every deck was different. You weren't going to collect everything. So board gamers tend to be more of a completionist. I feel like you get a lot of those completionists into it. And with card games, it's okay to abstract things a little bit more. And I feel like the genericness of a card already kind of plays into it. With a board game, we want more details. We want more immersion. And in that fact, I think this game has failed because it is so generic. Everything is just really generic. And it had to be for things to fit together and just be able to take cards out here and there and not fulfill the entire story, if you will, because the immersion is not there. It's way too generic. It's just way too blah. And when you're comparing these to like a Gloomhaven or a Tainted Grail or Seventh Continent, where you have this huge immersion factor getting into these games, and the more you go, it's like a spectrum almost. With card games, you accept less immersion. When I'm playing Marvel Champions or Legendary, I expect less immersion than if I'm going to be playing a board game version of that. You know, a Zombicide, I want to be in this. Marvel Crisis Protocol, I'm going to need a story attached to this. Walking Dead All Out War, the miniatures game, I need a story. I need something to pull me in. Something with no sanctuary with Walking Dead. So with board games, as you go down the spectrum, you're requiring more immersion, and Discover fails at that. The story is not interesting. So you play through these first 4 scenarios, and the 5th one's just kind of this open thing that you can play over and over again, which is perhaps the main game, if you will. But it just fails at this. Now, let's talk about the collection side of it. So each version's only going to come with a few of the terrain. So you can buy multiple copies and try to get the terrain. But what this did was it started a secondary market where I no longer wanted to buy or purchase the brand new copy from Fantasy Flight because I didn't know what I was going to get. Am I going to get Arctic terrain again? Am I going to get desert again? So what I wanted to do was I wanted to buy your copy. You will open it up, pay for it, confirm what's inside of it, and I'm willing to pay a premium just to get what I don't need, maybe an extra $5 or $10 or whatever, because I need these terrains to fulfill the entire story and kind of pull everything in, or to at least have that experience. Now, I didn't go down this. I bought a copy. I was excited about it. FFG, I like their games. Usually they're very immersive. This one is not going to be. If I had waited, like First Martians, if I had waited for the reviews, I probably wouldn't have dug into it. But I was excited. I saw it. I wanted to support my local gaming store. So I purchased a copy, and I was very disappointed. Now, this disappointment is being seen by a lot of gamers in this game. I've stated some of the reasons why. But sometimes these things kind of snowball, where it's like you become more and more disappointed because you're reading about other people's disappointed, and it just kind of confirms what you played. Now, I played on the opposite end of that. I've played a lot of games where it feels like, hey, maybe I should give another try. A lot of people are liking this and I'm not. It's almost like I'm forcing myself to like it. Where it's almost the opposite here, where your confirmation bias of being able to say, okay, they didn't like it, I didn't like it, we all didn't like it. But I think we discovered that it's true. I don't think it's a very solid game. I don't think it's a very good game. I see a lot of corners being cut, not necessarily for profitable reasons. Like the components are fine and they're okay and everything kind of works. You're not getting miniatures, you're getting these meeples, but it has to be generic. That's what they're going for. They're trying to make a generic game where if you buy it, really, let's just be honest. There's this epic gaming experience here. It's not very good, but it's here. And they cut it up to make this interesting thing of your game is unique. I don't care. I can't stress that enough. I don't care if my game is unique. I'm never going to play your game in Australia or Zimbabwe or the UK. Never going to play it. I don't care what your experience is compared to mine. I don't care that mine is unique to yours. I could care less. This is not something I want to see become widespread. Really don't care. I really don't care that when I play 7th Continent, you're playing the exact same game or a different game. I don't care. Your experience, I hope you have a great time. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm hoping you have a great time. But I don't need my experience to be unique. I don't feel that need for that. Especially at the cost of immersion. Especially at the cost of details. I want those details. Details is what makes the game come to life. It's what makes my character jump off the board game and be someone I care about. When I'm in Zombicide and I make up this backstory and I read the backstory for my character and I'm surrounded by these undead, I get very immersed in that. Mansions of Madness with the app, I get very immersed in that. Generic Meeple guy, I don't get immersed in. With this terrain. I have 3 terrain in mind. I don't care that you had unique ones. And I never felt a need to go out and get those. So the whole marketing ploy of this, kind of what this game was going for, did not work on me. It may work on you. So this has led me to do this review a little bit differently. Instead of showing you the game, because I don't want to spoil anything. And quite frankly, I don't think what you're going to see is very interesting. I wanted to speak more about the game in general and why it didn't work. Now, this is a game I would tell you to stay far, far away from. If you like this adventure game, if you like this, there's so many of these discovery, adventure, flip a tile over, this epic story. Go to 7th Continent over this. This is so trying to be a 7th Continent light. It's not funny. Go play 7th Continent. Or go play any number of games with miniatures and bits and bobs. But look, for all you people that say, I don't need miniatures, who say, I just want gameplay. It's not here. The gameplay's not here. They got rid of all the fun stuff. The bips, the bobs, the boops, and the whistles. It's still not an interesting game. What you're doing on a turn is not fun. Sometimes those whistles and bips and bops can hide the fact that it's a simplistic game. That's okay. Because you get immersed in it. The story becomes what you're after. I got none of this here. Don't have the story, don't have the immersion, don't have the bells and bops and whistles, and I don't have great gameplay. This is one I would tell you to stay away from, as far away from as you can. Discover is a complete miss for me. I hope I've conveyed why. This is why FFG doesn't make unique games anymore, because if they had slapped Star Wars on this, it probably would have sold. They would have slapped Game of Thrones or Marvel. This probably would have sold. And this version, this game is boring. It's uninteresting. I don't understand why it was produced. And I would tell you to steer clear from it. It is not something you want to go down. And if you're thinking about getting this game, or you like some of those things that I warned you about, and then you're like, great, go buy it. Have fun. Spend your money. But if the concept of this sounds interesting, there are much better games that bring you a better experience than this game. I will warn everyone, try this game before you purchase it. Try it. Don't jump in on the deep end on this one. This is not one you want to go to deep in. Good news is, there's no expansions, there's no Kickstarter, there's no all those things that you have to buy to feel like you have to complete it. There's no missing miniatures. They've already taken all of that from you. The exclusives. It's like getting to a Kickstarter and you have no access to any of the exclusives. Everybody else has it but you. If you like that feeling, this is the game for you. Otherwise, everyone else should purge it and should pass on Discover Lands Unknown. It's a waste of a game to me. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel. Lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing.